Hello, and welcome to another AppSense enablement video. In this video, we're going to create a Performance Manager configuration that manages the resources for a specific application being used by a specific group. This functionality can be used to guarantee the necessary resources are available for users and applications that are critical in your environment. But they can also be used to manage a user's perception about the performance he or she is getting while running their applications. By giving applications more resources while they are in the foreground and cutting their resources while they are in the background, a user can run more applications at once while guaranteeing that the application they are actively working on has the resources it needs to perform and respond normally. So let's get started. First, launch the Performance Manager console and open the PM-default configuration that we have created in previous videos from the Management Center. The first thing that we will need to do is add an application group. Right-click Application Groups and select Add New. We will be using Microsoft Excel for this, so enter Microsoft Excel as the name. Click Add New and enter excel.exe as the path. Then click Next. Then click Finish. Now that the application is added, you need to create the group of users to manage resources for. Right-click Resource Planning and select Add User Groups, select User Group. Use the ellipsis button to browse for the finance group in Active Directory. Then click OK. Now, right-click the finance group and select Add Applications, Microsoft Excel. You have now added in a group of users and added an application group to their role. Now you need to manage the resources for that application group when the finance users execute it. Under Finance, select the Microsoft Excel application group and select Add Rule from the Resources Setup tab. A new rule titled Any Condition is created. With the new rule selected, click the Conditions tab and change the Windows position value from Any to Foreground. Notice the rule title changes to Foreground. Do not change any other values for this rule. By leaving it like this, Excel will use its normal system resources when it is in the foreground. Now, to test how this functionality works, you will create a rule that drastically cuts Excel's resources when it is minimized. With the Microsoft Excel application group under Finances selected, click Add Rule again to add another rule. Right-click the new Any Condition rule and select Move Down to move it underneath the Windows is Foreground rule. With the Any Condition rule still selected, click the Conditions tab and change the Windows position value from Any to Minimized. Now, select the CPU tab. In the CPU and Reservation Limits section, select Limit. Then, select Hard Limit and set the limit value to 1. Now, select the Memory tab. Select Enabled. Select Maximum. Select Hard Limit and set the value to 1 megabyte. Now, save the updated configuration back to the Management Center and deploy it to your endpoints. Now let's test the configuration. Log on to a managed endpoint with a user that is part of your Finance Active Directory group. Launch the Task Manager and select the Processes tab. Now, launch Microsoft Excel. Notice how much memory Excel.exe is using. It should be between 5 and 10 megs. Now, minimize Excel. Notice that Excel's memory utilization drops below 1 megabyte. If you maximize Excel again, you should see its memory utilization return to normal. And that will conclude this video on creating a basic Performance Manager configuration.